I never fucking did that. Actually, it did skip a little, but not that much. Alright, prologue, Samuel Barton. I'm gonna have to do a lot of reading on this. There's only so much voice acting. Now, if you don't know about this game, it's very sensitive. Meaning, a lot of the different things you click on or choose to do affect the ending you have. There's multiple endings. You might do something very small and not know that it's affecting the ending. But it's a great story, excellent game, very underrated. I'm glad I owned it when I was a kid. Well, my family owned it, whoever bought it, I don't know.
Professor Barton. What on earth are you doing, Professor? You mustn't hypnotize her like this. She's not ready to remember the murders yet.
Helen, the clock tower murders are fascinating research material for me. I must know the truth of what happened.
She can't take any more of this today, Professor. I'm taking her home.
All right. But remember one thing, Helen. You may be her guardian,
But you're my assistant. Go ahead, Barton.
Professor.
Alright, so keep an eye on all the characters and the details. So as the game progresses, you can see how they act and what ends up happening. So we got ourselves a serial killer, and we need to dive into it. A file cabinet. Patience. Whoa, come on, bruh. What's this? There's a memo stuck between the pages. You have found hint number 1. There's a faint smell of ammonia. Let's check out these scissors, these shears. Giant pair of scissors. These are a replica of the scissors used by the murderer. Man, in the late 90s, this was fire, man. This shit used to twist me and my brother. We used to be actually kind of freaked out playing this. It's the small details of the ambiance, the setting, just the room details that make it creepy, eerie. There's one thing I am going to mention, but I'm going to wait till it unfolds. There's a very interesting detail that I don't get about this game. There's obviously a couple things, but the mass murder of over 10 victims in this case. How intriguing. He loves saying that. Jennifer Simpson. I have to get information out of her for future profile materials. So I believe Jennifer encountered the murderer when she was very young, and now he's back. I believe that has to be part of something about the backstory. Here we are in an office with your fax machines and printers. Sound effects, very eerie. I always just remember this scene. I used to think all these talking scenes were so boring, but the filler, they're the very important filler. The staff is still here. So I'm Barton for this scenario. Although you don't be Barton for very long. It is interesting how they make you be Barton just for this section. A statue. It is cold. One of the items found at the scene. Of the clock tower murders. It seems to be hiding some sort of secrets. It would be a good idea to get an expert opinion on this. Okay. Let's talk to this lady. Beth. Professor, Helen left a few minutes ago and she looked really angry. You know, Helen and Jennifer are really beginning to look like sisters. aren't they? I guess that's what happens when you live together. Alright, Beth. One mustn't let their personal feelings get in the way. Jennifer is nothing more than another research subject. Yes, you're right. Helen's desk. And what do we have? Is that a Winnie the Pooh up there? Okay. Who's this lad? I can make him move a little, you know. Danny. Professor, something. Did you have an appointment for an interview? I think they said there was a camera crew downstairs. It's about the clock tower murders, isn't it? I guess they want to sensationalize this Scissor Man who really doesn't exist. Scissor Man? It'd be cool if he were real. Huh? Oh, Barton said, huh? Just a joke. Oh. They throw that in there like you think it's your first suspect. You think, okay, Danny. Scissor Man's rubber mask. A kind sold in cheap novelty shops. Seems to be fairly popular. People certainly buy stupid things. You shouldn't keep the reporter waiting too long. First let's check Harris's desk, since I know these things. I'm not an expert. I don't think I've ever beat it. I've got far, obviously. I'm at the last scenario. It's just a couple last little pieces I can't put together. Harris's desk. Clipped out articles of the clock tower story are scattered about. It seems Harris is gone somewhere. Okay, let's go talk to the reporters. So, Professor Barton, working the clock tower murders, is going about his investigation. And reporters have shown up. Here's somebody here. This is Harris. Oh, Professor. A newspaper reporter was looking for you on the first floor. Oh, thank you. Very classic hallway here of an office. Very classic. Tight and narrow. Bland. Bland as can be. But almost in a good way. That makes sense. Let's go speak to the reporters. Eerie elevator. Look at that long freaking torso. Alright, we're not going to beat up on the 90s game. Ah, Nolan, the reporter. I am the one who called you from the Oslo Weekly. I think this is Norway, by the way. My name is Nolan, and this is Tim, my cameraman. It's a pleasure. I'm a bit busy. Keep it brief. Then I'll get right to the point. Have you been able to figure out who the murderer is? I can't say anything for sure yet, because the victim's testimony lacks credibility. Oh, do you mean the victim that's testifying? That'd be Jennifer Simpson, wouldn't it? Yes, but what about her? Oh, nothing really. It just seems that we saw her leaving a few minutes ago. And since we'd run into her, we asked her for an interview, but she refused. You just said her testimony lacked credibility. I know what you're going to say. That monster she was talking about, the Scissor Man, and whether he really exists or not. That's it. That's right. That is what our readers want to know. Because the existence of this Scissor Man has become a symbol of terror among youngsters. Yes, and that's because trashy gossip magazines like yours have sensationalized the whole thing. Ouch, that hurts. Not much I can say to that, is there? Well, let's start from the conclusion. It's fact that there was a murderer who used a giant pair of scissors as his murder weapon. But that doesn't make him an immortal monster. We're just dealing with some odd screwball. But what about what she said? She was scared. She thought she saw something. Oh, I see, but... Okay, that's it. Interview's over. There is something I must be attending to. Ah, well, okay, I understand. Thank you very much. Sorry I couldn't be as much help you had hoped. I have to get back to the lab. I'm expecting another survivor of the Clock Tower murders. He is supposed to be a young boy, about 10 years old. So we have Nolan and Tim, the reporter from the Oslo Weekly, and his cameraman. And now we have a 10-year-old survivor. The Orioles game is postponed, which is part of the reason I'm doing this, by the way. I ought to keep my eye out. Have to get this game off my list, just on my channel, because it's such a game that was important to, just back in the day, just playing it, not getting far at all, playing the first 2 scenarios, just kind of dicking around. Just the vibe was cool enough, you know. You didn't even have to. I didn't even have to get far as a kid. I would just pop it on and get all creeped out and turn it off. Harris is in the office. Professor, that boy that survived the Clock Tower murders is here. It's hard to read. It's like a teleprompter. Oh, has he arrived already? Yes, he's waiting in the therapy room. See, now, here's the thing. You have to talk to Nolan here. Sorry, Harris. And you have to ask him if he can look into that statue for you. But whether you choose yes or no will affect your ending. Very few options. I mean, this game's not that long. It's pretty... I used to think it was crazy long and all this, but it's 3 scenarios. And they switch based on what you choose, but whether you're Helen or Jennifer. I don't think I beat it as Helen. Either way, I haven't beat it, but I usually get the Jennifer option. I skipped all this. Is there something I can do for you? Oh, that's right. I still need to get an expert opinion on this statue. Let's ask Harris. I should probably ask Professor Sullivan, the head librarian at the Metropolitan Library. Yes, but there was that old butler at the Barrows mansion named Rick. Barrows is important. That's an important name. I'll show it to him first to see if he knows anything. Yeah, I'm gonna mix it up. I'm gonna try to choose weird. I'm pretty sure he lives in the suburbs. I could ask Harris to show it to him. Ask Harris, yes or no. No, let's not ask Harris. Alright then, I'll have Professor Sullivan at the Metropolitan Library take a look. Oh, that's that. I should probably go to the therapy room. Things about to get juicy here. PS1, I had to rub this disc on my shirt before I put it in the console. Barton, thank you very much for coming. How do you do? It's Kay. I am the instructor at the Granite Orphanage. I am Edward's guardian. Edward, I thought he completely lost all his memory from the shock. Does he remember his name? No, I call him Edward because not having a name to go by makes things very difficult. Edward? Now, since this is our first day, will you answer some simple questions for me? Okay, Edward. Now I want you to honestly tell me everything that happened, that you remember about what happened. He said simple questions and then just said, hey, tell me everything. Yes. Well then, let's get started. Badao. End of the opening. I can't save it. I can't save it because I only have enough memory for one. Oh, this is Helen in the pink, one of the main characters. It's either Helen or Jennifer. I think they're sisters, yeah. And this is Beth. You said your hard drive crashed? That's too bad. Yes, I lost all of this morning's data. I hope I can get it fixed sometime today, otherwise I won't get my dissertation done on time. Hopefully it doesn't lag too bad. Don't worry, when Danny gets back, I'm sure he'll be happy to look. Able, damn it, able to help you. In the meantime, I'm going to step out for a bit. Would you ask Danny for me, please? Sure, see you later. Alright, Beth, we out of here. Let's go, Helen. I want to play as Helen, so I think we got that. Let's do it. Where should I go? We gotta travel around. Police station. Let's go. Nice, nice. Ah, here's a character right here. Helen, Assistant Inspector Gotts, the person in charge of the clock tower case, is here. Let's talk to him. Well, hey, Teach, got some new info? No, have you got any leads? Nope, nothing. That old geezer of yours, he ain't coming clean. Do you mean Professor Barton? Yeah, that's him. He said there ain't nothing straight about the case. Yes, that sounds like Professor Barton. What about that little cutie? Jennifer? She's still having nightmares. Occasionally. I ain't surprised. She was almost slashed up too, wasn't she? That's her sister, man. Well, let me know if you learned something. Okay, bye. No wonder they haven't called this dude. Frickin' Gotts. Assistant Inspector. Keyword assistant. That is a little comedy piece they add. Even at the end, not gonna spoil it, but Gotts is, he always reminds you to call him the Assistant Inspector. I'll be mobbed by reporters if I go over there. Let's go to the Norway International Hotel. Edward and his guardian are staying here. And there is talking. Oh man, I just realized the voice. Oh no, it didn't get glitched out. She said it. She said it in the beginning. Helen and Barton, I think. There they are, Edward and Kay again. They're here. Oh, Helen. How is it going? Any results from Professor Barton's therapy? No, but we can't give up hope. Sometimes something will jog one's memory. Yes. Will you be staying here long? Mr. Barton also thought it would be a good idea. We plan to stay here for a while. Oh, really? Well, hang in there, Edward. Yes, Miss Maxwell. Miss Maxwell. I didn't realize it was this late. I've got to get back to the university. Well, I should get home and work on my dissertation. That building is so eerie. University Research Building. Danny. Did you fix my hard drive, punk? Oh, Miss Maxwell. I replaced your hard drive. Thanks, that's a big help. I'm going down to the lounge for a short nap. What are you gonna do? Well, we'll all be going home soon, Helen. Oh, okay, well, no need to lock up. No need to lock up. You said giant pair of scissors? You said that big ass building. Here we go. See what Helen gets herself into here. Who is this? Is that Rose? Is that you, Baker? Baker's still in the lab. So this is Rose. Are you seeing Baker again here? Yes, sorta. Well, no matter how late it is, remember, don't use the university as a motel. Let me sleep a little longer until Baker comes. I think it's about time for a nap. Would you turn off the light, please? I can't sleep with it on. Of course. So these two women are sleeping on the job site. And the building is unlocked. I'll take a quick cat nap and then work on my report. Well, now, who is it? Someone's knocking. Must be Baker. Oh, look, it's Baker. Babe!